behalf of the Fraternal Order of Police. I'm an attorney for SANG. I'm no stranger to you guys. We've worked together on a lot of stuff. Some of you are newer faces. Some of you I went to law school with, in fact. Look at you, man. How did you do that? Look at you, and I'm still here. Here's the deal. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not known for sugarcoating it. It's not my job to sugarcoat it. They didn't give me this job to sugarcoat it. This is wrong, and you know it. You are all political appointees. Yes, I understand each university did 3 and such. But in fact, Mr. Falk, you were the first time someone was chosen that wasn't by the entire popular vote of the employee system. And there is nothing wrong with that. It was just odd that that was the first time. Father Wild, the fact of the matter is, you were chosen by the alma mater, my alma mater, believe it or not, of the Landrew family. And while there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that you are in fact a fantastic administrator, I like what you've done with the place since I've left. Maybe it got better because I left. The fact is, you are the ultimate administrator of city government, the employees of the city of New Orleans. Now this is important. Whether you like it or not, whether you think it's right or wrong, it is enshrined in our state constitution. Now I'm going to give you a hint because this is what I'm known for. Susie Morgan has no subject matter jurisdiction over this issue. Does everybody understand that? The Civil Service League, which works through civil service boards throughout the state, and I am privileged enough to practice law in front of, sent a letter to Father Wilds, and I presume to everyone else, on April 14th, 2014. It is not to be taken lightly. While you have a lot of privileges and leeway with these rules, what I found interesting was that the Civil Service League itself cited the law to you, whereas the second floor simply said, make it go away. It's going to get better. We promise. Have you ever seen the police department in your lifetimes as it is today? I'd like to see a nod or a shake. You've actually seen a police department brought to its knees like it has been. A fire department brought to its knees. Have you ever seen so many people show up at one time for something they believe in? And the next question I have is, if you pass this, what's Mitch going to do for you? And the fact is, every time that promise is made, it appears to have been broken. It doesn't seem like very many people get help with the political favors. And you say, but wait, we were nominated. Yeah, we know how that works. We'll just all nod and wink together. But the fact is, at the end of the day, your job is not to do what a mayor tells you, a police chief tells you, a sanitation chief tells you. Your job is to uphold the merit system that is enshrined by the Constitution of this state. And if you don't believe in the Constitution of this state and its enforcement and the fact that it is the bedrock of our law in Louisiana, that it is not a request. It's not a request for you to please follow the Constitution that everybody voted on back in the day. You gotta. And if you don't, you're going to be embarrassed. Ain't no consent decree going to help this one, boys and girls. Can't do it. It's a strictly state issue. If I seem flippant, it's because I'm angry. It's because we warned you. It's because we asked you to let us, as the voices of the officers, sit with you and meet with you and see where we could find common ground, understanding that no system is perfect. We started once with the domicile law. Gee, it only took FOP 2 years of me screaming at you to tell you this would happen, and it happened. How many more years you want to go? How much more you want to see? How many people with money get to live the high life? While noticeably in the last police satisfaction survey, the Ninth Ward in the 7th District, New Orleans East, ain't so happy. Do you think that's a reflection of city government and they just happen to be taking a police poll? You represent the city of New Orleans like no legislator can. They can't undo you without a really good cause. And by the way, we got some hell of a civil service attorneys back here if they ever try. But the fact is, your acceptance of what you know to be wrong, what you know you shouldn't have come out in the paper and said, oh, looks great to me. Oops. You got a shot here. You got a shot to do the right thing. There are more of us than there are of y'all. And that's not a threat. We just know there's strength and safety in numbers. We want to add 5 more people. I can go on forever, but I'm not. But I will tell you something. You are a flash in a pan until such time as some other politician doesn't care anymore and doesn't want you anymore and doesn't need you anymore. I don't think that's even fair to you. But guess what? You guys asked for that. These people just want to be able to go to work and do their jobs. That's all they want to do. As far as this management thing, there's a reason that government operates differently from private business, don't you think? Do you think there's a reason that government is separate from capitalism? And when you hear about the rainbows and the unicorns and the leprechauns and pots of gold coming up from the administration's 9th floor following me, I want you to ask yourself why there are more of them than the 9th floor and 2nd floor people. I want you to ask yourself why the largest department in this city, second only to Sewage and Water Board, the police department, did not even have its own superintendent asked to sit at the table. That tells you who you're dealing with. Good news, you're independent of him. Do your jobs, do them properly. Do not be the speed bump to justice so we get to the 4th Circuit. Lay down the standard we can all be proud in. Let them be proud of you, as you should be proud of every one of these people, regardless of where they work. This is your choice to do the right thing or pay the price. And pay, you will. Even if it's on the taxpayer dime, which is not what you're appointed to do. Remember something my boss has taught me you're going to hear again and again and again. It's not that we need civil service reform. Civil service is the reform.